given where you were by the 60th minute?
Yeah, I think coming in at half time, whether we deserved to be 2-0 down, I think it was fairly even in the first half. We knew if we turned the ball over in certain areas that they're very quick on the counter attack, and we got punished for it. And then the second half, the response, I think it's fantastic. I think spirit, the belief to keep playing, and not go about changing the way you play because it's 2-0 down and all of a sudden, you want to preserve and hopefully not lose by 3 or 4, and instead just have that belief that you can get back in the game. And like at half time I said, go score that first goal in the second half and you can go on and win the game. And it could have gone either way, of course, in the second half as well. Like their quality team, created some quality chances, but I think we showed a lot of belief in what we're doing and how united that group is, because it's something that I've seen consistently now since we started.
Huge performance from Tino as well. What do you make of his rise this year? He seems to have really started brightly.
Yeah, I mean that's the challenge for Val. I know Val from prior to coming to Newcastle. I know what his capabilities are, and I don't think he's reached anywhere near what his ceiling is as well. I think you saw him take on a very good fullback and really make it difficult for him. And it's all about getting outcomes as well. And at halftime we spoke about that because he had a very good chance in the first half as well. And it's about not only having tricks and all these kind of things without any outcomes. It's about getting goals and setting up goals. And I'm very happy for him. But like I said, I think he's got a lot of improvement in him, and he knows it as well. And he's working hard, and that's what's important.
What's he doing differently that's led to this form?
I think one of the challenges with Val, when we started working together this season, was about simplifying how you go about doing things in the final third. It's actually not about complicating it, to be honest, and creating certain habits that when you get into certain situations, you're not overthinking things and you're more instinctual because you're consistently working on certain actions that we know we're going to get him into certain situations because of the way we play. And then the more times we get him into those situations, we need outcomes from it. So, like anything, you work on the things that, you need to be good at, the tools that you need to use. And he's hardworking, and Val's hardworking, and he's open to it. And, he gets a reward, and the challenge is to go do it again next week.
Is he a confidence player? I mean, how much confidence will you take from his performance?
Yeah, I think all players are confidence players. They want to feel that they've got the belief of their manager. They want to feel they've got the belief of their teammates. And when they're in positions, when they start to get on song, we get them the ball, and that's important. We don't want to play with the ball and not get them to our players that can really do things in those areas. And then he gets his rewards, and that's the whole team that's working to get him into those situations as well. So, like I say, from day one, we attack together, we defend together, and we still got a lot of work to do.
We just had Steve Corica in here questioning a couple of decisions.
Yep.
How did you feel about the performance of the officials?
Oh, look, you're on the end of some of them, you're not on the end of other times. I mean, we've been in that situation already. If we go back to the FFA Cup, we would doubt, a similar decision that, on reflection was clearly an incorrect decision. But, I haven't reviewed it. And the thing is, obviously I can understand from Steve's point, frustration if he's had the opportunity to review it. I haven't had that opportunity yet to review it and really look at it, and so once we do that, we'll analyse it and we'll see, and then we have to look at ourselves, how we deal with those situations better regardless.
Did you think that goal should have been cancelled out, that third goal for Sydney FC?
Yeah, like I said, Tom, without reviewing it, because once it's done, I'm already, if you saw, I made 3 substitutions almost immediately, thinking irrespective, we need a change. And it still happened anyway, so I didn't get a chance to view it again, and I will. And of course, that would change the game if it was given, and it didn't. It wasn't given, and then we kept throwing punches at each other, and it finished all square.
Obviously, 2 games in a row now where there's been 2 goals conceded. Just how frustrating are these lapses at the back defensively?
Look, I mean, it's always easy to always focus on, the negative is that you conceded 2 goals, but we're actually scoring 2 goals in the last 2 games as well, away from home against quality opponents. and I believe we can score more, as well. So like my message to the players, has been consistent from day one. We want to change the identity of this team, of this club, and to do that, we need to be braver the way we play. We want to be more aggressive. We want to have the spirit that regardless what the score is, we are always trying to be on the front foot. And with that comes, certain risks that you take, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. I think we could have defended both situations better, that's for sure. But in saying that too, like when you play Sydney FC and they're 2-0 up, I don't think there's many games where anyone's got back in the game over the last few years from 2-0. It doesn't happen very often at all. So, as a Newcastle Jets manager, and on behalf of the fans, I think they leave here going, okay, the spirit of this group is what's important at the moment, and the intent of the group is what's important. And for me, that's why I say I'm proud of that performance.
Are you happy with the progress week to week? Like the Mariners lost first time and Wanderers, and then tonight, like I said, 2-0 down.
Well, I'm pleased with aspects of the performance, and in all the games so far, there's large portions of those games where I think we're playing some really good football, and I think there's areas that you can see it. When certain things, don't go exactly to plan, you need to be a little bit more resilient in those periods, and you need to know how to also, not be on the end of 2 goals because you switch off for 5 minutes and that. So I know the process that we need to keep continuing, and it doesn't guarantee that momentum always just stays, in an upward curve. Anything towards success is always up and down. But I'm pleased. I'm just pleased with the group as a whole. The unity of the group, the togetherness of the group, the spirit within that group, and the way they have conviction about the way they play. And I think that's for me a key. When I see those traits in a team so early with a very different preparation, that makes me feel optimistic about the work that we're doing. All right.
Thank you, guys.